These 3 listings combine for over $20,000 a month, and they have one thing in common. So let's get into it. So all I did was search here Mother's Day gift, and I'm going to show you the common denominator of what's going on here. So looking through some of these, you'll see particular dates, some names, name 1, name 2, grandma's garden, name and date. Now notice I did not type personalized in the search bar. It's just what's showing up. So 3 items I found: bestseller, name, analyze listing. And this is why I love using the everbee Chrome extension, because at a glance, literally a click inside of Etsy, you can see this listing is just over a year old, and they've got almost 2,900 sales for a total revenue of almost $5,000 a month. This is almost $5K US a month. Then there's this one, Custom Mama, $1,700 plus a month. This listing is only 2 months old, and it's just getting warmed up, and it's already doing 45 sales a month for, over $1,700. And then there's this one, drum roll please, $15,740 in revenue per month. This is insane, folks. It got 387 sales. The listing is only 11 months old. It's not even a year old. This is just going to blow up until the next couple of weeks. But the same thing, it's custom. So personalization is what's going to set you apart in 2024, and going forward, their competition is getting more and more fierce. That doesn't mean you can't stand out. And the thing is, people don't want to do this because if they get busy, they know personalizing names, like typing out each name over and over and over, can be so overwhelming. If you've ever tried to sell a personalized item yourself and you get like 10 or 15 orders, you have to go in and edit the dates or the names or whatever it is over and over and over. Well, hellocustom changes the game that way. And you guys love the hellocustom tutorial I did last time, so I'm going to do it again. You guys asked for mugs with Adobe Illustrator this time, so that's exactly what I'm going to do for you. So here we are in the mugs section in Printify. It's default sorted by popularity, and sometimes I'll go search by the lowest price, but in this case, I know the one mug I'm looking for is right here. It's $3.39, and $6.89 is the shipping in the United States. And if we were going to create something like this mug that we saw on Etsy here, the fastest way to do it is to go into Start Designing. So here we are in the mug preview window. So the green dot here represents where these dotted lines would be relative to where the print would be on the mug. So if your design is centered around this dotted line here, it would show up down here on the green, and it would be opposite the handle. And then of course this would be on with the handle to the right. This is where that would show up, and the same on the left. The first thing and easiest way to do this stuff is to go here and download the design template. That way we're not going to screw anything up, and we're not going to worry about, it being inside the margins or anything like that. Okay, so I downloaded it, and I just double clicked on the 11-ounce AI template, opened it automatically in Illustrator because it's a .ai file, and you can see it's the 11-ounce mug. So the red here, just to show you guys, this is the full size you're going to want to upload so that it fills the product image on Printify for your mockups. The print area is the black line where it will actually print, and the safe area is where you want to keep any of your important elements within. So if we're going to have type or a name or something that you definitely do not want to get cut off, which would be, in the bleed area here, there is just a potential for some shifting or imperfections or whatever. So if there is any pertinent information, you just want to make sure you stay within the green box. But if you had, for example, a repeating pattern or anything like that, you wouldn't have to worry about it getting cut off that way. You would want to make sure you fill that, any kind of background or anything like that. So looking in here, I'm just going to remove the bleed area, gray. We don't need to see that. Safe area we'll keep. The black outline we don't need. The full-size red outline we don't need, and then you can just click on this and delete it. And what I'm going to do here is replace these dotted lines with actual guides, so we can just get rid of this and not have it kind of impede our artboard. All you have to do is come over to the side here on the ruler and just click and drag, and you can see that I'm sort of dragging something here. So I'm just going to line that up with the dot, line that up in the middle here, and line you up right there. And then I can just kind of click on this and delete that. So now we've got our green box here. That's all we need to worry about, and we want to make sure that we click on your design here, and I'm just going to lock. So this is, I can shut all this now. I'm just going to lock this layer so we don't end up designing on the templated one. We're only designing on our actual design layer here. You can see what it says here, and if I pull that out, it says guide layer turn off. So eventually we're just going to turn this off so you hide everything. But for intents and purposes today and learning, we're going to leave the guides there so we can design over top. And this is the only one we're going to need to save. So I'll just click the type tool here, and you can just click anywhere on there, holding Option and Shift, and it blows it right up. So at least we can kind of see here. I'm just going to click on the line right here, center that. So now it's right, centered at least visually for design purposes, but we're going to change this up in a minute. I think I'm going to delete that space and put other children like this. In the top menu, I'm clicking on type. It's off screen, so you might not be able to see it, but change case, uppercase, and let's pick a font here that I think will be better. So, and then I'll just click Command T. It brings up the type window, and can pick something kind of fun. Actually going to remove that from here. I'll just paste it over top so we don't have to retype it. And then Shift Command greater than blows up the font size in increments of 10. Command T again to get this window. And then we can reduce the spacing between the letters you're tracking in your letting here. We got control over. We can shrink that up a bit. We have to be within the screen space. Then for this one, I'm going to use a font that I know and like that looks like handwriting, Miserably Lose. It's kind of funny. So it looks like you kind of wrote it in yourself, after the fact. And then we can make our little heart that we wanted. And I'll come back over to Creative Fabrica here, and I think $3.99 a month, you can get all-inclusive pen downloading, and it's commercial and POD usage allowed here. So I'm just going to download that. I have a link for that down below that I'll leave for you guys. So I just opened that up. I'm going to Command X to copy it, and then here we are here. Command V to paste. Again, if we hold Option, it brings both in together. I'll turn it a bit, and let's make this red, a dash, and then JAY. Anything that we're essentially not going to be customizing, we're going to convert to outlines in Illustrator to make it a vector object so that it is scalable, but it is not editable anymore. So I'll just shift click to get both boxes of text, and then it's Shift Command O creates outlines, and you can see now that it's all dots and anchor points, which is what all these are. And then this I'm just going to leave as type because we will be editing it. And then I will just select all of this and group it just so that we can paste it over here also. Have that centered so it's on both sides of the mug, so you can see there. So now we've got our mug template. I'm just going to hide this, and I'm just going to Shift Command S, make sure we're within all the green spaces, and save this to my desktop. And I'm just going to grab both of these here, come over to Photoshop here, drop it in there. It's exactly where we need to be. I can just hit enter, and then we can turn off this and turn off this, and then it's Option Command S to save a copy as a PNG. So now we have our PNG here. We can go over to Printify, and we can, you can always just click on the upload here, but I like to drag and drop. And there we are. If you wanted to, you can kind of move it around, but we don't need to. It's all sized perfectly here, and this lines up here. So on this side of the mug, you will see this, and on the other side, you will see that. So either way, when mom's holding onto her mug, she'll be reading it, and it'll be facing outwards. It's like for whoever happens to walk by or whatever too, right? So now that that's done, we can just come over here and click Save Product. It'll populate on the mug mock-ups that they've got here. So you can just click on this and see. So that's what it'll look like. I think that'll look pretty sweet, right? Mom will be happy with that. You can also use Place It or buy your own on Etsy. We could just call it... So we can go back over here and we can figure out the rest later. We can add the description, make sure our title is sound based on other competitor products in Etsy using everbee again, and we can paste the tags all in there. So all I got to do is just publish, and then this will populate it into my store. So now you can see the previous one I had with the dad, and then now I've got the Mother's Day mug. So we can go into my store now, click on the home here. If we go to listings, you can see you got personalized Mother's Day mug. So what I would do is click on this and make sure you tick Printify here. And then the nice thing about everbee is that if you came into here and looked at this and we went analyze listing again, you can see the search volume and the competition, but they're selling, right? So like I said, this listing is less than 11 months old. They're not shying away from competition. The way to stand out is with the personalization. You can just click here and copy all. It copies all tags copied. Then we can go right back into our listing, and then we can just Command V to paste here, and you click add, and it automatically populates all of your tags, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. And then, you would fix your title exactly how you needed it, and then I would just click publish. So now you guys are in your shop. You can just come over here, and you can see that I've got the personalized mug in the shop. Then we come over to hellocustom here, and we're going to add new for a template. You can see it's converting the PDF to an editable template now, and here we go. So you can click on this, and you can see that it's looks like it's just an image with black, but as soon as you click on the type here, so when it shows up in the document here but not in the system fonts, it means that it doesn't necessarily have it in hellocustom, but it's so easy to do. You just click on add here and we'll upload the font ourselves. Tag this one as name as well. And you can shift click here to grab both, and group objects. We're just going to click on yes, and then you just click publish. There we go. You can see that the font was added here, so we are good to go. So when they say, please make the name Jay or Jen or whatever it is, then the AI will know to type it out accordingly. And that way we don't have to do that anymore. Call it 001, attach it to this mug, update, and then publish as active. You can see it doing its thing here. So now we've got our 2 items, and it says your template has been saved successfully. And then now we're in the templates here. You can see we've got our 2 templates, the dad one we created before, and now the Mother's Day one. The really cool new feature hellocustom has added now is the ability to test your template. So you can just click those 3 dots and we can test right here the personalization. So let's say a customer would type something like make the name Jen, which is my sister's name. I'll just click submit. The AI is contextual, so it knows when you say a sentence like please make the name whatever, it knows to only use the name. So that's it. So then when a customer places their order in Etsy, Etsy will tell hellocustom to populate the personalization, and then hellocustom will send you an alert, a notification that you can check on your phone if you're on the go, wherever you need to be, and you just approve it. And then however you've enabled the settings in Printify, it will then push from hellocustom to Printify, and your order will process exactly how you normally would have otherwise done. So if it was set to automatic fulfillment, it'll automatically fulfill, and if you have it set to manually fulfill, then you'll just have to go in and click submit order as you normally would. But that's all there is to it. This is crazy easy. This is a game changer, and we just made our version of a listing here that is selling $15,000 a month. That said, please click the link down below. I'll leave it in the description or in the pinned comment for a free trial for hellocustom. I'll also leave you a 30-day free trial for Printify Premium, and make sure to use my coupon code as well for the first month of Printify Premium for free, which is an extra $30 in savings. And if you missed my last video on how I did the dad design that you can see right here in hellocustom, you can definitely go check out this video here. I'll link to that one as well in the description. And that way you can check that one out too, because that way we did with a PNG instead of a PDF, and we did it with Canva. If you like any of this stuff and want me to keep giving you some of this stuff for free, please make sure to like and subscribe to show me some love for the algorithm. And that way I get to continue to do this and help you guys for free. You can subscribe to my newsletter at jaysway.work just to make sure that you don't miss out on that, or you can join my Facebook group. I'll leave the link also down below so that you do not miss any of the goods. I'm also super excited to let you guys know that I'm going to be launching a coaching membership in about 5 weeks time, maybe a little bit less by the time you see this, maybe 4 weeks hopefully. And the goal with this is to make it super affordable and not behind a $200 to $2,000 paywall. I want this to be accessible to as many people as possible. The barriers to entry with print on demand are so low. I want you guys to be able to afford to do this thing. So I'm launching the first 40 or 50 seats are going to be $27 a month. I think they're going to sell out pretty quickly. Then we're going to close the doors and lock it so that we can beta test. Those first 40 founding members are going to be perpetually at that $27 a month if and when it ever goes up in price, once we've ironed out all the kinks and stuff. But it's going to be very kind of back and forth, and you guys will have say as to which direction the kind of the membership group goes. And it's going to have a massive emphasis on design, because design is paramount. It's the way to set yourself apart. It's all about, knowing your ideal customer and knowing what designs they want so that when you list something, you know what's going to sell. That's how I built my business. It's not about quantity. It's all about quantity. It's working smarter, not harder. And at the end of the day, I really want you guys to just sell more, and I want this to be super affordable. So like I said, it's going to be, cheap to start. I think that's $675 a week or less than. But if that interests you, just know that you're learning from a 20-year graphic designer and somebody who's been doing print on demand with Etsy for over 10 years. So I've seen the industry grow and flourish, and I'm excited to be able to help more people do this. And this has truly been, a long time coming. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got a lot of value out of this, and we will see you in the next one.